long as everything's continuing, that's good to hear.
No, I can yell. Okay, I'd like to call this March 10th Select Board meeting to order. The first item on the agenda is to elect a chair. Do I have any nominations for chair?
I nominate, Larry Hebert.
What do you say?
What Scott said.
Okay. Are there any other nominations for chair? If not, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Okay, Larry, you can take over.
Okay, thank you guys, appreciate your support.
Thank you.
First order of business, I want to welcome Cody to the board.
Thank you.
I'm enjoying the fun. As is good days and bad.
Yeah.
Next item is to elect a vice chair. Do I hear a nomination for vice chair?
Clayton Wadward.
Second?
I'll second it.
Motion made second. Any other nominations? All in favor?
Aye.
You got it back?
Congratulations.
Oh, nice. Again,
You got it back?
again.
And then we gotta elect a clerk.
I nominate
That you
Cody.
have to figure out what they do, but I've never been one.
I have to take the minutes when I'm not here.
Oh, really?
I nominate Cody.
You won't be able to read my handwriting.
I don't have to, you have to.
She does.
I'm the one that has to read it.
This is typed up nicely.
Okay, everybody second that nomination?
Yeah.
Any other nominations? All in favor?
Aye.
Hey,
Congratulations.
thank you, Cody.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, Cody.
Not really telling what it's about.
I rarely miss a meeting.
We're just taking the minutes.
Clerk has to take care of the dock issues, the health issues, and rats, whatever else comes up. Chair gets to delegate that if you don't feel like doing it.
Yeah, that's true.
Clerk, low man on totem pole. Okay, next item, set the agenda. Is there anything else that needs to
The
go
only
on?
thing that needs to be added is the Henry S. Baker under appointments.
Under the planning commission, we'll put Henry S. Baker there. Anybody else have anything?
The only thing I was gonna recommend or suggest is maybe say the Pledge of Allegiance before we get in the meeting.
No problem with that.
Just because our kids do it in school, at least my boys do, and we did it at town meeting.
We don't have a flag in here, do
We have a flag there.
we? Let's get a bigger
Lots of
flag.
flags. There used to be a flagpole.
I'm all good with that.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I pledge allegiance every time we have a church meeting for the club.
Oh,
Let you
is
leave
that what you said?
Okay.
Yeah.
We can, whatever, we'll stare at the flag over there.
That's all.
I pledge allegiance to the flag
Of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Nice ad.
I've never put that on the agenda, so.
Thank everyone.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, so we got to vote on the agenda. We haven't done that yet, so. All in favor of the agenda is amended?
Oh,
Aye.
aye.
Right. Okay, view of open public comments, is that laminated thing up back? I think everybody's looked at it or has opportunity to. Any select board announcements? Okay. Any public announcements? Any commissioners, committees, trustees? Clergy service reports or other board announcements?
Yes, sir. For the commission, the planning commission, we're looking to get select board approval to continue application in a municipal planning grant through the state. The grants for the town plan. I've been working with Central Vermont Regional Planning Commission, and they have a draft application right now. They've also worked through the budget. I went through the detailed budget with them. They're still doing some details. The grant application, the amount would be $25,000. We would be responsible for a 10% match, which right now we have $8,000 in our town plan budget, which is actually not adequate to do a full town plan, especially with the additional acts that they added before. It was like Act 171 for forestry blocks and habitat connectors, Act 174 for the municipal energy plan, and then recently added Act 181, which is the land use and Act 250 piece, Act 47, the Home Act, and then Act 121, the Flood Safety Act. So there's a lot more legislative issues that we need to deal with now in the town plan. A couple of years ago, they gave me an estimate of around $15,000 for a town plan, but going through the detail now, I think the energy piece is probably going to be one of the bigger ones for us. It is $25,000 is what they've got. The grants open up on January 27th. They close on March 31st. They'll make announcements on April 30th, and then the grants will go into place on May 1st. We would be using, if selected for a grant, we would be using Central Vermont Regional Planning Commission as our consultant to do the work. And I, as the chair of the Planning Commission, would be responsible for managing Central Vermont Regional Planning Commission team. We'd be meeting monthly at our normal Planning Commission meetings, make any updates, changes, or modifications based on the work they did. But this way we can get a very detailed, very professional plan. It is competitive, obviously, but I think we have a lot of things in our favor with all those different acts that we need to modify and adjust from our old plan that from 2016, which expired just about a year ago, April 24. The Central Vermont Regional Planning Commission is also working on revising their regional plan at the same time, so it's a good dovetail into that. And then also having a village center designation, which I went through for the town board in May 23 to update that when we added in Veterans Park as well. No one can take advantage of that, either businesses or otherwise, unless our town plan is in place. So that's another actually thing that should help us to get a grant. We're also looking at the local hazard mitigation plan, which will be coming up this fall. That can't believe it's 5 years already, but that would also tie in nicely with the town plan, how we can dovetail some of those issues. And that would also go along with FEMA mapping too. But we need our town plan. And I think this is a really good opportunity. There is a municipal resolution for the municipal town plan that they would be signed by the select board, the planning commission, and then Jackie, I guess, would be administering the grant, that the actual number sort of at the lead. And I would be, as I mentioned, I would be managing the team and managing the grant. But I think it's a great opportunity for potential for a $25,000 grant. We already have money in our budget at $8,000, so we would just need $2,500 roughly for the 10% match. And we're looking for select board approval to move forward with that application process.
So the maximum grant amount, if I hear it correctly, is 25,000. You could get some number less or whatever, right? It's a competitive grant, but the maximum is 25,000. Or is it a fixed amount that you apply for?
The maximum is up to 30,000 for individual towns. But when they worked through the budget, they came up with a $25,000 amount to go through to do the entire plan and updates.
And the 10% match, do you say you had enough in your budget to cover that?
Yes, we have 8,000 in there that was approved. I initially, that was from the year before when I had requested 15,000, that got cut in half. And that was based on, at the time, we just had two different acts that we had to modify. And that was based on Central Vermont Regional Planning Commission's estimates at the time. Say they don't see 8,000, with all the work that needs to be done now, 8,000 being adequate to try to get the whole plan. So they feel it's, we're in a good position and it's much better trying to go for the grant itself. And like I said, we have until the end of the month, March 31st, is the grant deadline.
So the select board need to approve this, what you said?
Yes.
So, someone want to make a motion along the lines of what he's talking about?
Yeah, I make a motion to approve, for you to move forward on the grant process for the planning commission.
Second. Motion made, seconded. Any further discussion?
Just so 25,000 is the total cost that you guys need to do Williamstown's new.
Right.
Okay.
That's right.
So if you don't get this grant, then you still need another 7,000.
We still we'll have to work with what we have at the 8,000 mark. And any other, other than if it runs into next year, then we continue with the budget that we've got right now for the proposed budget.
Gotcha. Okay.
Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you. Let's see, approval of warrants. We got enough people to approve them all, so I'll just not vote on anything because I got one of them is mine. So, okay, so approval of warrants, SB 22133, 134, 135, and 136. Motion on that?
Make a motion to approve all the awards as written. Second that.
Motion made second. Any discussion? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Abstain. Next item is payroll warrants, 2/23/25 and 3/9/25. Kind of a motion on that?
Make a motion to accept. Second.
Motion made and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Not vote. For myself.
Right.
Oh,
Can't think of the right word.
abstain from that too, because
Are you on there? Yeah.
Sorry, the right word is abstain. Thank you so much.
Okay,
Don't
next
work on my
item.
brain, trust me.
Vote yourself in a raise, you have a chance.
What?
You could have voted yourself in a raise, you have a chance. Okay, approve the select board meeting minutes of 2/10/25. Motion on that,
So moved.
second.
Yeah.
Motion made, seconded, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
All right.
Okay, town manager report, Jackie?
Delinquent taxes as of today are at $164,534.09. Water's at $13,160.79, and sewer is $19,150.95. The tax sale list started at 16 properties, and we are down to 13 that are still on the list. I still don't have a date yet. I'm waiting for the attorney to come up and do the title work. Under the water and sewer department, we had a water leak on Brockway Hill that was repaired on town meeting day, and we also had a leak on Circle Street that was found on Friday, and that was repaired this morning. The one on Circle Street was kept live, so there was no boil water notice required or testing of the water for that one because it did not get shut off all the way. Under FEMA, I received a phone call last week from Tim, our FEMA administrator, that the town of Williamstown, along with a couple of other towns, were found to have roads that are part of the Vermont Functional Class and Federal Aid Highways, major collectors. And we found out that Meadow Street, Graniteville Road, all the way through Cogswell Street is part of this major collector. And you cannot apply to FEMA for those roads, so you have to apply through the Federal Aid Highway. FEMA did not catch it, and we ended up getting, we had 4 projects on Graniteville Road within the 3 events. FEMA just found it because the town of Plainfield also has a collector road, and it was found, determined that they could not apply for one of their roads through FEMA. So they're calling back all of our money that we received from FEMA, and I have applied through the Federal Aid Highway System, which we will get the money back. We'll actually get 95% because the Federal Aid Highway for disasters is 95% versus the 75% for FEMA. So we're gonna be better. It's just that they're pulling back that money, and it's about $110,000 for the 4 projects. It's not putting us any financial problems. I just got the paperwork emailed to me today asking for the money to be sent back, and I've already applied through the Federal Aid Highway to get reimbursed for those 4 projects. So it's going to be a little bit of leeway, but we will get reimbursed plus 20% more than what we got from FEMA on that. No, unfortunately, this was FEMA's error for not checking this map through the Vermont Functional Class and Federal Aid Highways. And nobody, I talked to Ed Farnham and asked if he was aware that this was a major collector road, and he was not aware of it. There's no written agreement anywhere that I can find with the town and the state in regards to this. So, but we weren't the only town that this took place with during FEMA, but we are going to get the money. Dave is meeting with the paving company tomorrow to get quotes for the paving grant. As soon as he gets me those quotes, I can submit my paving grant for Cogswell Street. I had the eviction notice for the squatters on the Meadow Street property served on Saturday. The FEMA buyout is going through. We had to do the 14-day eviction notice to them, even though the property's not in the town's name. Ross came in and signed all the paperwork, and Orange County served them, so they did get served on Saturday, so they have 14 days to move all of their establishment that they've got there off of Meadow Street.
So what happens if they don't?
So then if they don't, then we have legal grounds to have them removed. Mike Nebu was there. He was served directly, so he's well aware that he has to have everything moved by then. I've advertised for the part-time assessor position because the lister vote did go through to do away with the listers. And so we have 45 days in order to get an assessor hired. 40 is the only legal lister that we have until April 18th. That's 45 days from town meeting. So I did post that last Wednesday. I put it on the Vermont League of Cities and Towns website, along with a couple of other places. We're looking, I did talk to Kathy Cormier on Wednesday. She was a former lister. She's actually the one that's going to be doing the reappraisal with the Vermont Appraisal Company, and she may actually be interested in applying for the position. Effective April 1st, the transfer station will be under a new ownership. Evan Johnson, who is actually Don Giroux's nephew, is going to take over the transfer station. The transfer station will only be open on Saturdays from 7 to 2, starting April, I think it might be the 9th or the 6th, whatever that Saturday is. 5th, thank you. But they will no longer be open on Wednesdays, so the last Wednesday they'll be open will be March 26th. But Don Giroux's health has been failing, and Evan worked for him when he was a teenager. He's actually a state trooper, but he's taking over the business, and I've already gone through all the permitting processes with the state of Vermont with Evan. So everything it will be ready to transfer over into his name. He's still gonna take all of the town trash, as Don did. We're gonna take it down. We have Dave will take it down on Fridays. And he will still take the green up tires, so he's gonna follow along with the same agreement that Don had. I met with Evan and his wife and Don 2 weeks ago, and we've got the agreement all drawn up and approved, and it's been approved by the state, so. I have been in contact with Peter Welch's office in regards to grants for the new town garage. Waiting to hear back from his rep. I left a message and talked to one of the girls in the office quite a bit this morning, actually, and she's gonna have him reach out to us and see what there is for funding to go along with to apply for the new town garage. And I spoke with Chris Desereau last week, and he is going to purchase that little sliver next to, that's part of the Hoyt Seaver Field, but he is asking for a 2-week extension. The deadline was April 1st. And if I can just get a 2-week extension for him.
Price go up?
Just for the aggravation.
Yeah.
I have no big problem.
He's given me his social security
We don't
number,
follow through with
so, I
that.
mean, he's
We gotta make a
gonna-
motion to approve this.
Yeah,
Is that-
I mean, we
Yes,
need
if I
to,
can just get it.
I'll make a motion to approve that he has a 2-week extension.
Seconded.
motion made, second, any discussion? That's it though, right?
Yeah.
2 weeks and that's it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. That's it? Okay.
Oh, Rodney's got something.
Roddy,
On the Meadowwood, Meadow Street property, across Perry's property. Who's gonna clean that up if they don't do it right now?
So what happens, I'm sorry?
Ross gonna be responsible?
So what happens in the FEMA buyout? FEMA funds the tearing down and removal. That's all part of the sales price. So they will work with the town on a contractor to do the work. So once the town takes it over, it will be seeded in and become a green space. That the town will own that little sliver of property over there. Ross is moving 66 Meadow Street, the mobile home closest to the bridge, is going to Orange, is going to his mother's property. There's already a slab there. So FEMA is buying out 46 Meadow Street, which is the flooded mobile home, and 32 Meadow Street, which is the house. So everything will be cleaned up. It's all part of the buyout. And then once the town takes it over, it'll just be seeded in as a green space.
Does that include the lot that the mobile home that he's moving, so the entire piece, there's not
Yeah,
separation in between?
The two mobile homes were unlanded on the
Right.
one piece that goes with the house.
Right.
But yeah, the whole thing will become green space. There will be no buildings on it, and there never can be again once the FEMA does the buyout. But this was our next step in, was getting the squatters out of there.
Second question is, what's the estimated price of the town garage? Talking about getting grants, must have been great.
$425 per square foot, so they were looking between 3 and 3.5. Yes.
Hopefully it's on the low side. Hopefully it's on the lower side. We've had quite a few meetings on it with the architect and stuff, and there's nothing real fancy about it. I mean, same type of sidings on the fire stations, insulation between the metal, and it's straight 6 bays and 5 bays and a wash bay, and a room half the size of this for the office and break room and bathrooms, and up above that is just open storage. So there ain't too much fluff to cut.
Yeah, it's pretty bare bones. I mean, as radiant heat in the floor, there's no sprinkler system because they're not required to have a sprinkler system. The transit windows over if you saw the plans at town meeting, those are required because you have to have a certain percentage of natural light in the building per code. So that was the cheapest solution, was putting the transit over the doors, the garage doors.
But why no sprinkler system?
It's not required. And after talking to the engineers, it's not needed. And that's an additional cost because you'll have to increase the size of the water line going in, so that's just added expenses.
One of those trucks catch fire, sprinkler system ain't gonna stop it. I mean, it's just, they don't.
Yeah.
I watched Burrell's fire over there in their mechanics garage. The flames are going in the air 150 feet. Every time the fuel tank would blow up or tires would blow, it just shoot the fire up. It's just, they weren't good on like wood. Very close quarters, but you got a big vast area like that, trying to put out a diesel fire or truck fire, it's just wasted. You gotta have over 12,000 square feet to be required to have sprinklers. And then, Jackie checked the insurance company, see how much savings was on it. It didn't justify the cost, the extra cost to put it in. Probably, I'm just guessing, but probably had another 75, 80,000 to sprinkle that system.
Yep. And then the additional enlarging the water line to the building too.
Minimum you have
Top of
6
that.
inch. So we'll see when the time comes, but right now, we'll just get our pit bull looking for money.
We'll get the same roof, remember? We had
Oh,
leaks
hell
on this
no.
one. When this
Lucky you're not climbing up on top of the town garage. You've been up on top of this building one too many times.
Most
Yeah,
times
don't
you
get the same roofer.
might go down fast as you go up.
Probably not even in business anymore.
Okay, anybody else have anything for Jackie?
Okay, thank you. What is a major collection or what's that term mean?
Well, that's a good question. It's called a major collector road. And it's because it goes from one town to another, but it depends on the size of the town. Like the Chelsea Road is not a major collector, even though it goes from Williamstown to Washington and then to 110. It depends on the traffic. There's a lot of little things that go along with it. I honestly had no idea that we even had one in town. I'd never heard of it before I got the call from FEMA. So I ended up calling Chris Bump, who's the District 4 administrator in White River, for AOT and talked to him a little bit about it, and he explained it a little bit more, but there's a lot of different things that go along with it. But being a major collector, this is the only thing that FEMA will not cover for in a natural disaster. You have to go through the federal aid highway system in order to get reimbursed for damages.
We've done work on Granville Road before, previous floods back 10, 15 years ago on Bailey Road intersection, I remember that. Apparently they didn't catch it back then, but they did this time, so. Good thing is we're getting more back than what they're taking, so it's good.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're going to the reorganizational part. Set time and date of select board meetings. It's currently the second Monday of the month at 7 o'clock at the Public Safety Building. Anyone have any better ideas for that, or keep it the same?
Make the motion, we keep it the same.
I'll second that motion.
Vote made, seconded. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Next item is set legal posting places. Right now it's inside and outside of town office, pump and pantry, Bar Harbor Bank. And that's it, I guess. So,
And also the website, but that's, in the Facebook page, those are automatic, those are the social media, so,
okay, so want to add this to the thing or not?
no, it's fine.
Okay, so anybody,
Make the motion to keep that the same.
Seconded.
motion made, seconded. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay. Set designated town newspaper and social media site. Times Argus, Town of Williamstown Facebook page and town website. Got a motion on that?
So moved.
Seconded.
Motion made and seconded. Any other discussion?
Do we wanna add the YouTube channel to that, or is this just for just information, like, hey, this is coming?
This is just for information, yeah.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay. Now we're on to appointments. First one is Board of Adjustment. Floodplain and Planning Commission
Manager.
town manager. So you're on that now, do you?
It's both. So with the flood hazard bylaws,
Right.
the notice of intent comes to me. I check the maps to make sure that they're not in the floodplain. If they are in the floodplain, then it goes to the planning commission and there's a permitting process. So I'm the first part and then they're the second part if needed.
Okay.
Make a motion.
Motion. Anybody second it?
Second.
Motion made, second. Keep it as it is. Anybody got any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay. Town sewers officer, Jackie Higgins.
I'll nominate Jackie Higgins.
Deal with that stuff.
Lucky Jackie.
You do the one that goes around the boat?
No, I have not had to do that yet.
You have that doing?
Yet.
No, yet.
I'll have to talk to
Not
Alan.
here. I've done it in Royalton, but not here.
Don't rock the boat. Okay.
I make the motion to keep that the same too.
I gotta add in the, she gotta go in
The
the
boat
boat.
ride.
Do we
Adding-
really have
adding a boat
that
ride.
goes to
It's a
it?
rowboat.
yeah.
Are you
For the
serious?
lagoons, yeah, they're a rowboat.
No.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I'll ask around, check all the
Barbara,
pipes,
you can
make
go
sure they're
with me
flowing
when
and
I
stuff.
have to go.
No, that's one thing I've not been there.
They don't even, they only use the net for fishing.
She's never been in a boat ride. She said she never had.
I've never been in Williamstown's lagoons.
You ever seen how many ducks live down there? You'll never eat duck again.
Wild duck anyway.
Yeah.
Right.
No.
Anywho.
Second.
Motion made, seconded. Can't get to ride the boat, I guess. So.
At least you got it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We'll get you that boat yet, we wait.
Boat ride edition.
Okay, fire warden, Jason Ball. Anybody else interested in that besides him?
He's
Motion
the
on that?
backup, but Jason's the firework.
Is he still okay with that?
Yeah, he's still fine.
All right,
Don't ask, just point out.
well, no. Hey, if you can't hear, he's not, you can't oppose, okay? Motion made to approve.
Okay. Your second?
Second.
Okay, any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Abstained.
Civil defense rep, William Graham, he's not here to say no, so,
So he's gonna do it again.
he is, okay.
Okay,
So I want to
He doesn't
nominate,
know it, but he's doing it
No.
again.
all right. Motion to keep that the same.
it's like Russian election.
He's purposely still at the sugar cup.
Better than a boat ride.
Yeah.
Okay, make
Okay.
a motion to keep that the same also.
Your second?
Second.
Motion made, seconded. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, green up, co-chairs, Barbara Graham and Jacqueline Higgins.
Big
Well,
motion.
that's-
vote. We're
That's
gonna
pretty
take the
close,
vote.
that's pretty close to the vote. Pick it through the trash.
We'll pick up the green bag while we're riding in the
Okay,
boat.
so that means you agree to do the same job, correct?
Yeah, we just passed out bags from the office.
Okay, all
You
right.
don't fill
What?
them? You don't fill them? You just pass them out?
No, my days are still long.
All right, well, thank you again. Okay. Make the motion to keep that the same also.
Okay,
Seconded.
motion made, seconded. Any discussion on that? Yeah. Want to make them fill the bags too, or no? Just like saying about this thing. It's not, never mind, don't worry. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Okay, Central Park Regional Planning Commission, Rich Turner, you not second that yet?
Yes, in addition to the Board of Commissioners, I sit on the Transportation Advisory Committee for them, the Clean Water Advisory Committee, and the Winooski Basin Water Quality Council as well, so some of the other committees that I serve here. And yes, happy to continue with that.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for your service.
Make a motion?
Seconded.
Motion made second, any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
I know firsthand how many meetings you have to go through if you're getting all those committees.
Yeah,
Because
tomorrow night.
I can appreciate the service you do. Okay, we got fence viewers, Richard Powell, and one vacant position. So we need a fence viewer. Jasmine,
No! I was just gonna say Jasmine will do it.
you're a farmer.
Fine, whatever.
You're a farmer, you're a good fence viewer.
Fine,
You gonna do it?
whatever. How often do they actually get called out to do anything? Never.
Every
I
time
never
you go
been fence
home, you
viewer,
see a fence. You view fences every day.
It's fine.
Fence
Okay,
viewer,
Jasmine.
fence somebody counts, you know, they
Fine,
can-
whatever.
Okay, that's one vacant position taken care of. Jasmine.
Walking around with Richard
Did you
Powell.
agree?
This
Yes,
is what
you did.
happens when
Fine,
you
whatever,
get
I look
in-
at fences all freaking day long
Thank
anyway.
you.
This is what happens when you get an
You get
assistant
to hang
town
out
clerk, they get involved in 18 million other
No, they
programs.
don't.
Oh, there's 2 for 2, right?
You can hang out with Dick Powell, so that's a good thing.
I'll send Daniel with it.
There you go.
Yeah, delegation.
Okay,
Yeah,
we need a
delegated
motion before
Daniel.
she changes her mind.
All right, I make the motion for the fence viewer to be Richard Powell and Jasmine.
Second that.
Motion made second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Congratulations. Okay, Central Vermont Revolving Road Fund Governing Board Rep is vacant.
No. Anybody?
Has been vacant
What does that do?
for years. It's been vacant for years. There's never been one. I thought that
You
you.
wanna take that job?
I think it's
What the
actually,
heck do they do?
it sounds like you're
It
driving.
sounds like something
for.
Revolving.
Sounds like something to be up your alley to keep track of. If there's any, you're looking for money you're looking for money for town grant, you might find something.
Oh, I want grants.
Well, yeah, I guess you're.
Valid.
I don't wanna pay it back.
Okay, so,
Grants.
yeah, you're in?
Hurry up before she
He could ask me my co-chair.
All right, I make the motion to, yeah, to have Jackie take that vacant spot.
Second.
Motion made, seconded. All in favor?
Aye,
There you go.
aye.
Then we got planning commission, one vacant position. Anybody applied for that?
No, it's been posted for 3 weeks now. There's been a vacancy on there for
How many
several
people,
years.
how many people do you have on it now?
5 right
So you got enough for a quorum and stuff? You probably wouldn't want to have even number anyway, would you?
now. Right, yeah.
You're already on it, you can't do it. You're already on it, you can't do it.
Well, if somebody comes up wants to do it, we can do another meeting.
Anybody else?
Anybody in the room want to do it?
Any of you wanna do it?
No, no, I thought,
We
and
don't have a select board member anymore.
I don't think you
I
will.
did my time, I did 26 years on the planning commission, regional planning commission.
See?
We got some?
We don't,
Run,
I think we
Steve,
might.
run.
Well, five is the odd man out, so it can't be, they don't need a tiebreaker that way. I think we're all set for that for now.
Okay, so that'll just stay as it is, and Henry S. Baker Fund, Jasmine, you volunteered for that, right? You volunteered for that, and anybody else volunteered for it?
Yes, with a letter of intent too.
If that's what you wanna call it.
Hey, I wrote your name on it.
Oh, you're the one that did it.
Yeah, I make the motion, we accept it as well.
Second that.
Motion made, seconded, any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
Thank you, John.
And moderator Heather King is requested to do it again after successful first outing this year, so that's good. Nobody else has applied for it, right?
No.
So I guess we need a motion on that.
Make a motion.
Second that.
Motion made and seconded for Heather King. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay, we're on to new business. Vermont's 250th anniversary resolution. That's got me a little bit puzzled. I know the United States' 250th anniversary is in 76 to 2026. I was thinking on TV a few weeks back that Vermont actually didn't be formed till like 14 years later or something like that.
1791.
Yeah, so I don't understand the 250 for Vermont, but it's like 234 or something.
I could be wrong. We were our own country for 10 or 11 years after the Revolutionary War.
Let's see, I've got the resolution here. It says the resolution of the city of, well, the town of Williamstown, state of Vermont, supporting the Vermont 250th Anniversary Commission. Whereas Vermont Governor Phil Scott signed an executive order to create the Vermont 250th Anniversary Commission on December 15th, 2020 to plan, encourage, develop, coordinate, and promote observance and activities to be held in Vermont in commemoration of the historic events associated with the 250th anniversary of the 1776 signing of the Declaration of Independence, the Revolutionary War between 1775 and 1777, the founding of Vermont in 1777, and the creation of the political foundations of the United States of America. Whereas the Vermont 250th Anniversary Commission hopes to engage all 252 cities and towns through their many programs, projects, and events over the next several years, thereby inspiring future leaders and celebrating Vermonters' contributions to the nation over the last 250 years. Whereas by adoption of the Vermont 250th Anniversary Commission, we hope to inspire Vermonters to learn from the history, legacy, and context of the past to build stronger communities for the future. Resolved, the town of Williamstown officially establishes a liaison or local committee made up of a diverse group of citizens or individuals to work with the Vermont 250th Anniversary Commission on any or all activities. The participants of the town of Williamstown are voluntary roles and there will be no compensation for participation. Resolved, town of Williamstown may provide funding for planning or implementation of the 250th related commemorations in their community or region as available. That's optional. Resolved that a copy of this resolution be sent to the Vermont 250th Anniversary Commission, and it would be adopted by the Select Board of the town of Williamstown, state of Vermont, on the 10th day of March, 2025.
Sounds like they're getting Vermont involved in the celebration of the United States.
It's the 250th of the United States.
You'll probably do another one when Vermont's 250th comes around.
And Becky has already reached out, that the Historical Society wants to be involved, so.
So this is just us voting on
This is
whether,
an
yes.
adoption of the resolution by the select board.
So, do they have a number that they need on the committee, or?
No, it's just that we will have a liaison or or a local committee made up of a diverse group of citizens. So you can either have a liaison or a committee.
Start with the
So is
liaison.
it, you and Clarence make a good pair.
Not gonna be around. We're running away.
I know the Historical Society wants to get involved, so Becky, it's already, like I said, it's already reached out, so.
They'd be likely ones to do it.
Right.
So,
You don't have to officially establish one tonight. You just have to say that you will do a liaison or a committee.
so in the meantime, you can check with Becky in the Historical Society.
Yeah, I told her that that I was bringing the resolution tonight because she asked about that, so.
She already said she is interested.
Yeah, she's interested in.
So we go forward with, or approve or deny the resolution tonight, and then it gets between her and you and whoever, get the committee set up, approve that later.
It's either that or she could be the liaison, I mean, whichever, but
See us.
they need approval just to continue on with it, is that it?
Yeah, this has to go back to the commission.
I have no problem with it, I think.
So we'll make a
Celebrating our
motion.
history, I make a motion to accept the resolution, thank you. I apologize, everybody.
It's all good.
Vermont 250th anniversary resolutions.
Second it.
Motion made, seconded. Any other discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? And we have a Dollar General liquor license. Barb, you dealing with that?
Yeah, liquor license and tobacco both. You should have it in your packet.
Yeah.
You just gotta okay it. And then I'll let them know tomorrow you okay it.
I've already gone through.
So how exactly do these work? They basically put in an application, they have to pay the state or the town, or?
Yes.
Both.
Yes, I have yet to get the I haven't got the $70 yet that I believe they have to pay. But I haven't received that yet, so I'll just have to wait.
So you haven't received the payment for them, for the town?
Correct.
No.
So could we make a motion to approve it based on you collecting the funds? as they-
So, yeah, so I.
We've done that before, yeah.
So what it does is they've got to pay us some and they have to pay the Vermont Department of Liquor Control more.
Yeah.
So yes, that's how it goes, but yeah, I have not received their $70, yeah.
So,
I make the motion to approve the liquor license from the state for our portion once the town clerk has received payment from that, and you've got notification from the Department of Electric Control that that's taken care of too.
That's correct.
And you will know when, on your computer
Right,
when
it's
it's
all,
done.
it's all on a portal.
Yep.
So,
So
yeah.
once that portal's up to then and the town pays, then it's good.
your second?
Second that.
Motion made and seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
Phone payment.
Okay, oh, we want to have executive session. We need to,
You did the back, you gotta go on the back.
we can go around the table first.
Yes.
We go around the table first. You have anything, Tyler, Scott? Clayton?
Good.
Cody?
Just a thank you to the townsfolk and looking forward to working with you guys. And I'm gonna be asking a lot of questions. Please don't get offended by it.
Nope, no
I
problem.
wanna learn, I wanna know what's going on, and I just don't like to take things and go, oh yeah, okay, and, you know, vote along. I wanna know exactly what it is. So don't get offended if I ask questions, please.
It'd be appropriate for me to thank the townsfolk as well, since I got reelected.
Okay.
This is my last time, 2 years from now.
You said that before.
It's her fault.
It is his last. In 2 years, I'm gone.
I got a pack. She can't go anywhere for 2 years, I can't go anywhere for 2 years. So,
Well, I
Better be
thank
looking for
everybody
some-
for my reelection as well, as well, going in and that.
Oh, all right, well, that's 2 years away, so we got business to take care of until then.
yep, okay. So, we need a motion to go to executive session. Hear that?
Make the motion to go into executive session.
Second?
Second it.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor?
There's a-
Aye.
Aye.
There's no action.
In favor of executive session?
Yes.
Okay. Thanks, everyone, for coming.
Thank you.
Stop that, yeah.
Okay, we've come out of executive session, and there's no action been taken. Now it's time for motion to adjourn. Do I hear one?
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion made, seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
That's all right.